Hi everyone, Nadine Briggs here of Simply Social Kids. I was compelled to come on and do a video about this particular topic today because I saw a video online a week or so ago from a woman who was doing social skills groups with kids, and she had mentioned that the kids don't enjoy coming to her program. And I thought that just was really sad. And so I wanted to talk about friends and fun with friends, and also that you can have fun also, while also learning how to make friends. And so I want to talk a little bit about why that's important, how we address that particular issue, because obviously we're coaching and we're teaching kids things, and there is a balance that needs to be struck here in terms of not having it feel like a friend school, but yet really making sure that you're teaching them what you need to teach them, but also having fun elements in there as well. And so I just felt compelled to make this video about this particular topic because the kids that we work with, they have had difficulty with friendships their whole lives. They've had a lot of negativity that's come along with socializing. A lot of them have been bullied. They've just not had some good success making friends, or sometimes they've made friends, but they've not been able to keep those friends, or they've gotten a lot of negative feedback from people, maybe being told they're annoying or stupid and all these types of things, with all this negativity that they've gotten. So when they learn about friendship and they learn how to make friends through a social skills program, to me, it seems like it has to be fun. Like we need to take that stigma of friendship is bad or hard or all of that. We have to try to chip away at that and let them understand that being around other people can be really entertaining and fun. And so I wanted to really address that in terms of how we run things. And so we do things a little bit differently than a lot of social skills programs, in that we are a activity and just game-based fun environment for kids to come to, whether it's online or in person, in order to learn social skills. We don't provide a clinical treatment program. And there is a need for those clinical treatment programs for kids who need that type of program. If they need something more therapeutic, it would be the kids who have a really difficult time with emotional regulation, or kids who, when they're frustrated, maybe they lash out with some aggression or bolting behaviors and things that really need to be addressed, that's honestly outside of my wheelhouse. So we don't do things like that at Simply Social Kids because it's just not within our training. So we work with kids who have like mild to moderate social challenges. So our kids have ADHD, high functioning autism, anxiety, just general awkwardness, but they don't need that clinical therapeutic program for social skills. They might need that for other things that they struggle with and might see therapists in addition to coming to our program, but they don't need a social skills program that is clinical in nature. So to give you an example of one of the differences is that some of the more clinical programs will use a lot of worksheets to get at different social topics for kids. And we don't use worksheets at all in our program. To give you an example of how we would maybe add a fun element to a particular lesson, I can talk to you about what we did just last week with a couple of the teen groups that we had. So teens in these particular two groups are really struggling with just conversation skills, learning how to initiate a conversation, how to keep it going, how to lessen that anxiety around what to say, maybe hoping that they're not going to sound weird when they say that. We've gotten some feedback from kids who think that they're going to say something weird and they're worried about that, so they don't say anything. So we wanted them to really practice conversation skills. So we could have just given them some conversation skill starters and just kind of tried to work with them with that. But what we did is we paired it in with that. We created a fun game that involved ping pong balls and conversation starters. So there was a whole fun element to learning about how to start a conversation with somebody. And it was actually honestly really awesome because we just see these kids who are generally pretty quiet, a lot of them socially anxious, some of them by diagnosis, some of them by just self-report, and they were all just buzzing with conversation and activity and just talking. It was just really great. And they had said to me on the way out that they really loved the game that we played in order to work on the conversation skills. And so having that game element and that fun piece to it just really made them engage in the program and in an activity. So it felt more like a game than it did actually working on a skill, which they were totally working on. So that's just an example of one way that we are a little bit different than other social skills programs. The other thing too that I think really needs to be addressed is the issue of anxiety when you're in a social skills group. So kids who come to our program, they all have anxiety. I mean, it makes sense. If you are in a social setting and you're really not very good at that, that's an anxiety provoking situation. I don't like to go to stuff that I'm not good at. I would be uncomfortable. So I can understand why they have some anxiety around that. So we want to make sure that we lessen that anxiety. When we do, what we find is the kids who are really quiet will talk more, And the kids who are super talkative because they're anxious start to calm down a little bit. You get those kids who try to be funny all the time. They want to be really entertaining. If you lessen the anxiety, the funny stuff kind of stops, and they start to understand that we want to see all sides of their personality and not just their funny side. We also feel too that it's really important to teach them resiliency skills. Again, kids who are socially not accepted in different social circles, have gotten feedback from people that's been negative, they need to have a resiliency around that. And they need to know that they're friendable and that there are kids out there who want to be friends with them. We just have to find them. We have to give them the skills so when they do find them, they're successful in that. And so, but on top of all of that, learning and all those things that we're teaching them during our coaching program, it's just super important that it's fun. And so we make sure that our staff are fun people. They are really welcoming when people come, and we'll joke around with each other. We bust on each other a little bit, and it becomes just a really nice environment for them to learn how to be social, how to fun, how to laugh, and also how to learn some really solid social skills so they can make friendships going forward. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit the like button and hit subscribe to hear more from us.